Well, good evening and welcome to the English Premier League and Bermudian Overseas Players Show here on IslandStats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basden. Joining me is none other than Juggling J. Ford. Juggler, good evening. Happy New Year to you. What a weekend they had over in the UK. And even for some of our Bermudian players playing over in the UK, they had a memorable weekend with many not being able to play due to the weather conditions, frozen pitches or waterlogged pitches, where it snowed heavily or rained heavily that prevented them from playing. But however, let's run down the results from the English Premier League, starting with today's match. It was Wolves 0, Nottingham Forest 3. Yesterday it was Fulham 2, Ipswich Town 2, Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. And on Saturday it was Tottenham Hotspurs 1, Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1, Bournemouth 1, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1, Manchester City 4, West Ham United 1, Southampton 0, Brentford 5, Brighton Hove Albion 1, Arsenal 1. Well, the top of the English Premier Division, Juggler, is very interesting, with Liverpool leading the league with 46 points. Forest, with their victory today, joined Arsenal on 40 points, but Arsenal are in second on goal difference. They're plus 21, Forest are plus 10. Then you have Chelsea on 36, Newcastle on 35, and Manchester City on 34. Bournemouth 33, Villa 32, and Fulham 30. They are 1 through 9. In Brighton Hove Albion have 28, Brentford 27, Tottenham 24, Manchester United 23, with West Ham on 23, Crystal Palace 21. But I say that to say, over this weekend, there's been a lot of talk more about managerial sackings should be coming soon with the windows open and what should clubs do. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on teams that some say haven't been doing well, but if realistically, what do you do in the middle of the season?
Well, first things first. Good evening to everybody, and hey, we made it. 2025, we made it, man.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. No, it's amazing how you get these talks, and a lot of times it's expectations, right? You go into the season, and everybody has a high expectations of what they deem to see what's success as far as league title. Is it top 10? Is it Champions League spots, or whatever the case may be? And then when it doesn't pan out the first part of the season, okay, well, let's scrap everything and let's find somebody else new. Hold up. Is it because of injuries? Is it because of, I think the only time, and I think I mentioned this last year, the only time I believe that you should change a coach midway in the season if the players revolt.
Right.
Pretty much. Right? Because what happens is that, especially in the English Premier, especially going through the month of December, we spoke about it going into the month. A lot's gonna happen. You just can't. December is so many games.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they just released Liverpool and Arsenal and Tottenham, I believe. In the next 25 days, those three teams will play up to 11 games.
Yeah.
That's on top of what they played in December. There's a lot of talk about Tottenham's coach. I don't know how many press conferences he has to remind people that, he's playing with a makeshift defense because both his starting center halves are out injured. The third string guy got injured. So they're basically got two fullbacks playing inside. They're struggling at the back. Plus other injuries and just guys that are burnt out, that have been playing so much football. And the same thing now they're talking about Sean Dykes with Everton.
Everton.
Sean's been working with a skeleton squad all season because of the finances of the club. Now that they have new owners, everybody's saying, well, kick him out and bring in a big name coach, but not afford him the opportunity to keep building on what he's been building on with some funding.
So hold on. So where did they come last year? How good was Everton last year?
Not better than what they are right now.
Exactly. So with all the problems that you have, and it's actually sort of steadied the ship, it's done an amazing job in that sense.
Yeah. But in their eyes, they need to be matching Liverpool. That's the. It's almost like that talk of Manchester United should always match Manchester City or vice versa. When Manchester United was dominating, the Manchester City fans said that they should be matching Manchester United. And I'm saying, well, stay in your circle, stay in your, financially, where are you in the league and where should you be in the league? And those are the type of things that I think the fans have expectation, but be realistic about where you're at with your squad.
Well, Earl, I tell you a lot of times, winning, hides a lot of,
Oh yes,
right. And the way you win in this game here is scoring the ball.
Yes.
And that's what Tottenham's not doing now.
Right. They were scoring. They were outscoring their opponents earlier in the season. That's right. They were still giving up 4 goals a game.
Yep.
But they were scoring 5. Yep. Now they're only scoring 1 and they're giving up 2s and 3s.
Just think about it, right? They have almost twice as many goals than United. Right? They have 42 goals.
Right.
They've given up more goals than United.
Yeah.
Hence where they are, right?
Yeah. That's right.
They have scored 42 goals. United have scored 23. West Ham has scored 24. Tottenham's gave up 30.
Yeah, they're giving.
Tottenham's actually lost more games than United and West Ham.
Yeah, but above them.
So like that's the case. That all this, any coach from 10 to 16 or 10 to 20, get rid of all of them because they're really not doing good at all, right?
Yeah.
It's like each team, go by each team. There's certain things that you're gonna see that contributes to where they are, right? And I'm like the coach, Dennis Green from the NFL at the time. He said, "You are what you are."
Oh yeah, Minnesota. Yes.
You are who you are. Like that. It's you can bottle you up. You can put all these nice jerseys on, and you can do all these things. But and that's probably. And I don't know if this is a segue into the match of the weekend, which was the Liverpool United game. That's probably what was so frustrating with the coach from Ruben Amorim from Man United. It's like, okay, so if you can do this today,
where you been all season? Where you been since I arrived? Yeah.
And he's saying it's not even about tactics, even though I believe, very opposite to the previous game. Which I blame his tactics of starting the two young, starting Eriksen and Casemiro in the midfield.
Yeah.
Whereas this one he actually got right, where these Maino and Ugarte actually outplayed McAllister, which he actually had a great game. But Gravenberch, I believe, it was those two. United won the midfield, and it frustrated. It was so funny, Earl, because I was talking to a Liverpool diehard just prior to the game, and he was like, "Happy Derby Day," and I was like, "Man, we'll probably take 6 today." Like, no, not gonna park the bus. I said, "Well, we really ain't parked the bus in a while." So when I saw the first 5-10 minutes, what did United do? Park the bus. I said, "Oh jeez, oh jeez, this." Oh, but what they done, especially with the wing backs, at times was 5 along the back, and I think what they done was actually frustrate. They frustrated Liverpool.
Yeah, cut off the lanes
for them, and then took advantage. Which United actually I was a bit surprised because they usually used to use Rashford or Garnacho to go at Trent Alexander-Arnold because
Hmm.
of his liking to overlap,
Right.
and they'll go behind him, right?
Right.
Um, I did not think the lot was going to actually do that job, but he
Mm.
did, and he gave them a horrid time down that left side.
Hmm. Hmm.
I haven't seen Van Dyke that man, and actually even today he'll still piping today in
Mm.
a press conference, right? But it just goes to show you that on any given day, depending on like who would have thought United would have outplayed Liverpool number one
Mm.
on the current form
Right.
and outplayed Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, on the current form and before the game, everybody had Liverpool easily winning the game.
Easy
Um,
to buy 2+.
yeah. Yeah. But clearly, Manchester United got that bit in the mouth. The players got that bit in the mouth. Starting listen to the coach. The coach is doing, getting his act together as far as putting the right tools on the field to help accomplish what they want to accomplish. But they now need to build from that. They can't be like a Tottenham where you get a good result and then the next 4 games you're only losing in.
Well, I think one of the pivoting things of yesterday's game was actually the two early saves from Onana, right?
Yes,
Um, if those two goals would have went in, we might
it'd have
have
been a
a
long day.
yeah, it would have been a long day, right?
Mm, mm.
Um, and that's what's happening to United. Like they will have a great game like that, but then the next game you have these mistakes playing out of the back end, easy
Yes.
goals, this, that, and the other. Even though that handball yesterday was, it's hard to, that's just I just don't like that rule, man. When it's like that, man, because
Mm, mm, mm.
you know that's not intentional.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
that's you can see that's not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But by the ladder the lower, it's a
Yeah.
handball, right?
Yeah.
Um, so it's hard, but it is what it is. And I mean, but then you get it where Salah was pretty much all quiet, right?
Yes. Yes.
Diaz,
He wasn't his normal self. I
Diaz.
I, I honestly believe both teams were affected by the conditions as well.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Um, Players realizing that not only can their opponent hurt them, but hitting that ground it was almost like hitting the red.
Well, when they showed the pre-match look at the field, and then
Where I'm scraping off the ice, the
yeah,
snow.
I
Yes,
was
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
this is gonna hurt, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
Nobody
is,
wants to land. That's like running on the causeway, mate.
and then
You don't want to land on that.
you're playing in cold rain,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
it rained pretty much the whole game.
You'll get, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting to see um, Liverpool get frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that to say because their expectations now, right, is almost everybody's almost giving the league now, right?
Right, right.
And how do they manage that going forward? Especially now, and there's a lot of talk. It was the rumors about Trent Alexander with the Real Madrid bid and
Mm-hmm,
all
mm-hmm,
that. How much
mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm.
affected him and this, that, and the
I
other.
mean, to be honest, you listen to the pundits talk about that they need to find some reason for somebody having a bad game, but in actual fact, somebody's going to have a bad game.
Well, and not only that, but he wasn't the only one that had a big game,
Right,
and
right.
that's why I feel that it's probably unfair to him in that sense.
Yep.
Yes, his first pass that led to the first goal,
Right.
and then the second goal, what he named the Robertson, he didn't track
Yeah.
back.
Well. Yeah.
He didn't track back. Ahmed. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but once again, it's sports like I keep saying, it's a game of mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And I think,
But the other funny part is, if you look at it, sometimes managers play up to the hype as well, because was Trent playing that bad that he had to be substituted?
to be honest with you, Earl, I probably would have brought him off at half.
Right, earlier. Yeah.
I would have brought him off. See, the thing with the youngster Bradley, he is definitely about a defender, right?
Mm,
And majority of United's releases was down that side.
right.
So they was like, okay, if they're not going to stop us, we can keep going down here, right?
Yeah, because they figured out let him attack and we attack the space behind it.
Just jump behind him and back. And Salah's not going to run back and help him out. That's not going to
No,
happen.
no,
It's
no.
not doing that, right? So I would have thought they would have made that. They brought him on later, but that point in time, like I didn't think it was no way that United was already had the nerves up by then, right?
Right, right, right.
And the fact that the confidence that the lot had. See,
Mm-hmm.
we know sports, especially football, confidence plays a major
Oh,
role.
major part. Major part.
If he feels it's on his day, man,
Yeah. He could fall down 8 times, still get up and score.
it's
Because
flying, man.
that's hard. That's hard. Yeah. Yeah.
And he looked like, honestly, he was on a whole nother level because
Mm-hmm.
as far as spending time attacking, he was
Yeah.
also getting back defending,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because he's playing on the same side as Salah.
Mm-hmm.
So he was getting yeah, to look at that game and also look at the Ipswich game, and to be honest with you, I was really, really impressed with Ipswich.
I have been in the last few games. I've been impressed with them, despite where they are in the table, and the fact that especially their last game where they won and then they drew this weekend.
Yeah.
Even the 2 losses previous, I mean, because of where they are and because of what the squad looks like, I've been impressed because nobody had given them a chance when the season started.
So in saying that, do you get rid of that? Do you really get rid of that coach because they're in 18th place?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's when you look at it like that, right? It's laughable because like this is not making no sense.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But once again, their expectations and they're giving up, man. Look, they just need some players, some quality players.
Yeah.
But they're giving everything they got, man. They're literally giving everything they got.
Mm-hmm.
Southampton, now I'm scared for Southampton because that 5.
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah. At home too.
yeah, that 5. Oof,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oof. And
Well,
once again, I keep telling you, this team just keeps
hanging around.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And you look at, and I looked at even just looking at the ratings, right? Because sometimes I just go through the ratings, just see, when I watch the game, let me see if the ratings are, are adding up to the way I saw it, right?
Right.
But I look like Hudson-Odoi, who Chelsea basically couldn't find a place for him.
Mm.
He's always up there in 7, 6, 7, 8s.
Right.
Alanga, where United couldn't find a place for him, he's up there 6, 7, 8s.
Right.
And Chris Woods, who's been around a few teams.
Yeah.
And it's still scored again today, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes you say, man, like, why these other teams didn't hold on to him? But form, right?
Yeah. Form and system.
Yeah.
Form and system.
And that's where Arsenal have fell out of form.
Yeah.
Chelsea has fallen out of form.
Yeah. I mean, you were talking about goals against. Chelsea's given up 24.
Yeah.
It scored 39, but when you start, if you look at it, Liverpool, Arsenal's given up the least 18. Liverpool and Forest have given up 19. But if like you say, if you're not scoring goals, you can't be giving up double goals. You gotta figure out a way to control what you're giving up.
Yeah, that's where Man City is so surprising because that gave up 27 goals.
Yeah. Well, they remember when they were going through that bad patch. They were going through a bad patch defensively. They couldn't get out of the raid on the back.
And they're still having issues down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a lot of talk about what they're going to do with Kyle Walker coming up, right?
Yeah.
Youngster, you got the youngster playing a lot, but Walker, you got the Stearns. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
back line is quite ill, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Akanji, what do you name? Akanji and those guys, they're not the young pups anymore, right?
Right.
So
Right.
be interesting how Pep goes forward with that. The Liverpool thing now, like I tell you, is gonna get quite interesting because once again, Salah going to the African um,
Yes.
Nation
Yes.
Cup, right?
What's he gonna do for that? How would they adjust in that month? The for them playing these month of games before he goes helps them in some way, but hurts them as well because they keep. If you look at him, they rely so much on him
Mm-hmm.
and what he creates,
Mm-hmm.
and just like now that Saka's out at Arsenal, they're looking for a replacement. Everybody's looking for a replacement for him. So the minute somebody has a halfway decent game, oh, that's your replacement. Okay, cool. But then that person's not consistent enough. And then they're saying, okay, well, now we're gonna find somebody else. And it's a wishy-washy thing. But the fortunate or unfortunate thing for teams like Liverpool, they're not the only one that's gonna be missing a star player for the African Nations Cup. Because
No,
just
yeah,
about every team will miss some players somewhere along the way.
yeah, absolutely right about that, Earl. And that's something that, but going back to the point you was making about those type of players, right? That's why they are great, right? Because they
Yeah.
consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Most players have great talent, but to make them great is to give that talent on a game to game basis, right?
Yeah.
And you go
Yeah.
back to Liverpool, Diaz had a couple of good games, scored a hat trick here and there, and
Mm-hmm.
but then you get a game like the other day, it's like, okay, where's he even on the field?
Right.
Um,
Right.
Nunez, he has the talent, but and one of the players that I always fear for Liverpool is he's probably one of the smallest too, is Jota, right?
Yeah.
But he always seems to get injured.
Right.
So is it still Liverpool's to hold on to? Sure, but I can tell you, Arsenal and Chelsea are not doing themselves any favors over
No.
the last month.
Every time they have the door open to close the gap, they close it themselves because they don't get across the line.
They didn't get across the line, so they're they're not helping they're not helping at all. And I
Mm.
hate to say this, sir, you almost still leave City
The
with a
opportunity.
peak.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't saying that got a thing, but they still leave with a peak.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Liverpool's finally at the halfway point in 19 games.
Mm-hmm.
They have a game in hand, but that's halfway point. They got to play another half a season.
Every season. Yeah. Yeah. The season is nowhere near over. I need everybody talking about, oh, it's Liverpool. Liverpool. Yeah, it's still a long way to go. And I keep saying, and I'll say it again and again and again. Everybody else has had the injury problems, right?
Yeah,
To major players.
yeah.
I'm not saying Liverpool hasn't had injury problems, but to the major players, every team has had their turn. If if for some reason Liverpool go through it, how do they manage it to the key players? That's what they have to work out.
Well, I tell you, their next two fixtures will be interesting, Earl.
They play
Depends.
Tottenham tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but that's in the Carabao Cup, so I don't
Yeah,
know. Who knows? The last few games they played the youngsters with that.
right.
Then they play.
But this is semi-final now. This will be this is again. Listen, get into the final, win that, you're guaranteed to be in Europe. So
Yeah, yeah. They got Accrington in the FA on
yes,
Saturday, which is
yes.
yeah. But after that now, they got Forest.
Mm,
Next Tuesday they have Nottingham Forest,
right.
Brentford, Lille, Ipswich,
Mm-hmm.
PSY Eindhoven to finish out January. Now you're talking about basically you're probably looking at probably I'm not sure. I think Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Lille, and Ipswich, maybe PSV, those games will be without Salah.
Mm. Yeah.
Down, yeah. Would you be surprised if they dropped a few points?
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
And I'm pretty sure the true Liverpool fans will not be surprised if they drop points as well. Because teams without having to worry about that knack of having Salah run behind them and be as skillful as he is, now they can attack without that extra worry.
But just think about it though. As much as his importance is to Liverpool, it's probably double when he plays for Egypt, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Right. So, does he even come back with? It's not like it's going to get a break and come back fresh.
No, his come back drained, mate. Drained.
No, just think about it. So when he comes back at the end of February, they are away to City and they're home to Newcastle.
Yeah.
At the end of February. So, it's we're only halfway.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? And what is funny and what is reality, silently, their club is praying that they get knocked out early. Just so they get the player back early.
Yeah, but that once again, these guys are human, man. I
know.
It's to say the optimum. Like one thing I say that Salah did come back, because he wasn't playing well at the end of the season, but he came back with fresh legs and everything else, and but it's a lot of football being played. A lot of football.
But remember, he's in the shop window. Wow. Even for the club he's playing for now, he's still in the shop window.
So to see the interview, I don't know if you saw the interview with him, and him expressing that this is the last season and all that. I mean, I don't know if that's a ploy to management to say, "Hey, pay attention," or
I think management's playing bully right now, sticking to their guns and waiting to see what happens. But realistically, put everybody out of the misery. Either say he's not coming back or sign him to come back. Put everybody out of the misery. Because right now you're frustrating fans, you're frustrating, everybody around, including him. Obviously they know what's going on behind the scenes, and we all speculate what's going on behind the scenes in the dealings, but I think the fans deserve a little better. Give them what they want, just to know what's going on.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, obviously we're not privy to these discussions, but I haven't heard if it's based off of money or the hold up over years.
Right? When it initially started, they were talking about over years, because I think he wanted three or four, right? And they were talking about two.
Yeah.
But where that conversation is now, I don't know. Just where that sits. Actually, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll pick this conversation back up because it's very interesting at this time where the season is and where some of these teams are. We'll be right back.
Kick off the new year with the hydration you need to keep moving. Recover 180 is organic hydration designed for today's athlete, packed with electrolytes and essential nutrients to fuel your active lifestyle. Whether you're hitting the gym, the field, or just staying refreshed, Recover 180 is your go-to recovery drink. Start your year strong with Recover 180. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
Beneath the cloud blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the long tails fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermudian. In every single way, from the sunrise to the sunset, and every single day for over 135 years. It's been clear, this silence proudly Bermudian. Bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian.
And welcome back. Well, Jay, yeah, just to continue the conversation, it's got to be a growing concern for some clubs as we've reached this stage where they will now lose players to the African Nations Cup, as well as the amount of injuries within each club is a growing concern. We've already heard of clubs in the transfer market already looking for players to fill in gaps and so forth, and it's that interesting time.
Yeah, I mean, you just looking at the Liverpool. I keep going back to Liverpool, but when you look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, but also Liverpool opens up talks for Nunez offers.
Yes.
That for me was like, okay, you're gonna lose Salah for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to get rid of what? You want to get rid of another striker? Like, okay,
yeah.
I don't know. That sounds good.
I mean, but then again, you ask yourself, is this coming from the boardroom or from the coach? Because in the boardroom, they're looking at it as the business side. The coach has got to look at it as, what do I need to maintain this when I lose a player of stature like Salah, to get me over that hump? Now, do I get rid of a striker or do I keep?
I have to go back do some research. I'll do that for the next show, but because they're offering anywhere from 50 to 60 million. Be interesting what they got him for. So, like I said, it could be a business thing where they may be making money. Chance for them to make money. Also, where compared to Rashford, where that's 300 odd.
that salary. No, listen, the salary eliminates him from leaving Manchester United right now.
The
only other way he leaves Manchester United is Manchester United agree to pay some of that salary
on a loan.
Yeah. Because no club's gonna want to take on at this juncture of the season. No club's gonna want to take on a 300.
And I'm not doing that. I'm not learning my person out and paying his salary for him to go get hurt somewhere else. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, it works if that person does good and looks better and he raises,
right,
puts him in the window per se.
Yeah.
But other than that, we've done no. We've made our mistakes. And when you talk about Alexis Sanchez, when we got it from Arsenal, season that actually it reminded. I saw something today. It reminded me of that switch that we sent Mkhitaryan to Arsenal, and both players did worse.
Yeah.
So just grabbing somebody, that's because it is an opportunity to get new players. That doesn't mean it's gonna make your team better.
You got to really see if that person fits into the system in which you play.
Yeah,
And-
but
and-
but when we say systems, Earl, and this is I was hoping you was gonna bring up systems today because I was looking at. I mean, I heard Slot's press conference, post game press conference, and they
Mhm.
said Klopp say the same thing, right? And this is where I feel that's hurting a lot of major sports now, right? All these leagues are becoming a copy and paste league.
Yeah.
There's no every team is trying to play them as the exact same way,
Hmm.
right? And anybody who doesn't play that way, oh, they're doing this and I do that. They're not really playing good football. Well, you know,
Because everybody's graduating from the same coaching school.
the ball is round. The ball ain't square.
Yeah.
The ball rolls,
Mm.
right? So, what makes you think it's going to stay in that one spot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and I heard that, and you see that with basketball. Everybody playing the high pick and roll, and
Mhm.
just shooting threes, and
Yeah.
having a big man now is out of style, and it doesn't. But hold on, did it work? Look at
Mhm.
NFL. Look at the teams that had dynasties.
Right.
They were at the prettiest way of winning.
Yeah.
So I say that they're going back to the EPL. Arsenal has been one of the most enjoyable teams to watch in the last 20 years.
Hmm.
But they don't even have a trophy case anymore. It's just a shelf.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if there's anything even on it to keep it up. Because they once they got rid of Wenger, we're gonna well, what have you done?
Right.
So I understand that we all, like I say, everybody's come from this school of football and this thought and these tactics and this.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, the way you win a game is put the ball in the onion bag, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the only way you get your W.
That's the only way. And bless, like I said, I was able to check out some PAC's training years ago. And rest in peace, Neil's lose. But I remember him shouting at Mike Deal and his guys,
Hmm.
get the ball up the other end of the field because no way we could score the ball down here.
Can't teach it no other way.
You can't score with the ball down here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's as simple as the quicker you get it up there, the less
Better
chance of
chance we
them
have.
scoring down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sounds so simple, but you look how long it takes some teams not to even get out of the half, Earl.
Yeah, because they wanna knock the ball around, start and end up penalty box. Hopefully every pass goes to where they want it to go. But teams are learning how to break that down now too. So
Bro, so I'm tired of looking at teams looking at 400 some passes and the game's 0-0.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, huh? Why? So you mean between the two teams, it's over 600 passes between the two teams,
Hmm.
and it's 0-0?
That's how they play in the Italian league and the Spanish leagues, where everybody just drops behind and the players play the ball amongst themselves in their half, and then when they get in the other team's half, they start to go forward. But they got 50 passes going on in their half of the field.
Earl, we saw the game. The girls we saw, most of those girls are probably no more than 5 passes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Change the direction, change the play.
So percentage wise, like I get it. These how these coaches make their money.
Mm-hmm.
On these systems and these style of play and this, that, and the other. But if you're not scoring,
Yeah.
and I say that because even we moved to I keep wanting. I'm always throwing different sports in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we watched how cricket transformed.
Yeah.
I didn't care how you hit it anymore.
Yeah. Just hit it.
Just hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, get your foot to the pitch of the ball and hit the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Foot
not,
pitch. No, sir. get the bat onto the board.
Where is your power spot? Where's your power?
Yeah. But that's the reality of it now. Look at it.
That's the
Sport, the finesse part, all of that looking good, it's becoming a struggle because teams that want to look good are frustrating themselves more than anything else. Because if you look good and you don't win, what are you saying to your fans? Well, we just want to look good. No, the fans want to win.
So that was a debate I had with a Liverpool fan. Do you think they've overachieved or underachieved these last 5 years with the talent that they've had?
Very much under.
Based on the success.
Very much under. After they won the league, what was that? 2000? 2020. Was it 2020 or 2019?
Something like I have to go back a little bit. Yeah,
2020 when the pandemic was on.
You thought they would have been on, right?
But they've since they've had fans back in the stands, they've gone in the stands with them.
So, were you to say something like City, who's got 2 championships without a striker?
Yeah,
without an outright striker. We played a false 9.
Yeah,
something that you would have thought would win the league.
Under the current system, the way they want to play.
Under the current system, they want to play. For me, that's coaching because the coach says, look, okay, these are the players I've got. I just need to find out how we could win with these players.
Right. We're going to play to this strength. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. These systems and these tactics, and we're bringing in these coaches here, and look at the oh my boy, what did he name?
Which club?
He was coach for Wolves. They let him go, and there is
that nice coaching Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Did he leave? He left Wolves to go to Tottenham.
Yes. Yeah, but Tottenham was so impatient.
Couldn't wait to get rid of him. And it's got Forrest playing football.
Yep. Yeah.
Use your speed. You got speed. I could use your speed. Get the ball out, knock it in.
Simple, straight to the point football. To the strength.
Well, that's. I'm gonna take a quick look, Earl. I'm gonna take a quick look. I just want to use just to see that, as far as the touches are concerned, right? So today's match, if we just talked about Forest, right?
Yeah.
Today's match, come on, matches, come on. I'll delay it. I can't pull my matches up, and let me get in a minute here. Fixtures. Let me go back. I think because I want to get the game right now. Hold on a second. Who they played? They played
Wolves.
Wolves
today.
Right? They played Wolves.
At Wolves too.
Right. Yeah.
So he was back at where he was coaching before.
Yeah, where he was coaching. Right, he was actually coaching. I can't pull it up. Hold on a second. But I actually just want to see what the stat lines are compared to a team like City or Liverpool, the passing, because they're totally different, right?
Right.
Totally different styles, right? Totally different styles. But like I said, when you look at the girls' 4. Say, well, hey, it's pretty successful now, ain't he? It's pretty successful with that. So I will find it. I'm just trying to go through here. Look at this one here. But it's interesting, like I said, with styles, and I see all these different styles, and we see in the local side of how we see a lot of our amateur coaches try to bring that same stuff.
What were you looking for? Because The ball possession, Wolves had 60% of it. Forest had 40.
Wow.
But
And then
lost 3-0.
then the actual passes.
Let's see. Where's the pass?
So Forrest only had 3 shots on target today, right?
Let's see.
3 shots on target today.
Well, no, they had 11 shots.
No, I said on target. On target.
On target, yeah.
3 shots on target. 11 shots, 3 shots on target. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't show me the
on target 3, 6. Yeah, then big chances missed.
This one doesn't show me passes. But once again, it's. But then the
passes. So Wolves had 544 passes. Forest had 361 passes.
You see what I'm saying there?
But check it out. Accurate passes, Wolves had 463 for 85%, and Forest had 288 for 80%. But here's the kicker, and this is what we were talking about. Out of the 544 passes, Wolves had 207 in their own half.
That's it right there.
Out of the 361, Forest had 132 in their own half. Craziness.
So that you know, that's what I'm talking about. Styles, like it's who are you appeasing?
Yeah.
Who are you appeasing? I'm pretty sure the fans will get frustrated if you're just going side to side too.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you're not breaking the lines, then actually one team could just sit back if it doesn't feel like pressing, just sit back because you're not really doing anything with it.
No.
So it's interesting going forward. Like I would love to know the science of that too, right? Because that's also got to take more out of the players, right?
Yeah.
That's also got to take more out of the players, mentally too.
Yeah, the build up now is so much slower, and you're allowing a team to set up.
If you're passing, if you're playing a keep away game, right, Earl?
Mm-hmm.
Triangle. You're continuously moving.
Yeah.
Especially your 5 and your 6.
Yeah.
All right, your 5 and your 6 is continuously moving, nonstop. So it's something that I'm trying to keep an eye on just going forward to see, other leagues too. How the German league is pretty direct.
Right.
Italy, like you said, Italy plays a lot of side to side, right? And we knew that for years, especially Atletico Madrid and this, they didn't really want to hit you and try to hit you in the counter.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And it works and that type of style you see, it works for tournament play.
Right.
Like Mourinho, that's why Mourinho was successful because it works in tournament play.
Mm-hmm.
It might not work, for a league it's probably a little harder.
Yeah.
But for tournament, you have to defend pretty much. Then and you break. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting going forward. I mean, like I said, if we ask ourselves who's the surprise, what was the surprise result this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the easiest answer would be United.
Yeah.
But I didn't see 5. I didn't see Brentford.
Yeah, Southampton and Brentford. I didn't see 5. Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely didn't see that. Forest and Wolves. Yeah. Ipswich, good running. Yeah. Newcastle and Spurs. Yeah,
Yeah, the way Spurs have been playing. Yeah.
that's a coin flip.
Mhm.
Villa and Leicester. I'm surprised it was close.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Everton, Bournemouth, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace.
Well,
Probably a little surprise there. That'll probably be my next surprise of the weekend.
right.
The Chelsea game.
Mm.
How's our players overseas doing, man?
Well, the ones that did actually end up playing, as we know, Nikki and Bristol City, they picked up a win, a big win, because now they're moved up to 9th place in the standings. They beat Derby County 1-0.
How far do they have to get into that like they have that like a playoff?
Six. So it's 1 and 2 automatically go. 3 through 6 play in the playoffs.
And how many points are they away from there? Let's see here.
Uh,
How many points are they away from there?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. They are currently from 6th place, the 3 points.
Okay.
Because 6 is West Brom, and they have one that got 40, and Bristol City have 37. Now, catching Sunderland, who have 50, they're in 4th place. But Middlesbrough have 41 in 5th place. So they are within 2 games of catching the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th place. The top 4 Leeds is 53, Burnley 52, Sheffield United 52, and Sunderland 50. And then it's a 9-point gap down to 5th. So that battle for, and it's familiar names in that battle for the other 2 spots, because you look at it, I mentioned Middlesbrough, West Bromwich Albion, Blackburn Rovers, then Bristol City, and then Watford, Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich City.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah. So these are names that we grew up in the Premier Division.
And Swansea too.
Yeah,
and Queen's Park Rangers not too far from it either.
Yeah. So that in the 30s right there, you know, you got a lot to play for. So,
and since they started their league earlier, they're more than halfway. They play at 26. Some play at 25.
Right.
So they're probably on the last third.
No, because they have to play. Remember, it's 24 teams in that division.
Oh, right. 11 more teams, yeah.
So they play an extra 4 games, extra 8 games, because they play everybody twice.
Right.
So you play 50. You play 46 games.
Yeah.
So there's still 20 games to go.
They're just going past half.
Yeah. So still a lot of football to be played there. And then we look at others that played. Luke Robinson and his wife or teammates, they suffered a 4-1 defeat. Harry Twite, his lowbrow student FC teams, they won 2-1. Keizai Martin and his Rochelle Olympic teammates, they picked up a 3-1 win. Kane Critchlow and Chelmsford City, they went down 2-1. Milan Butterfield, they're struggling right now. Just got rid of their coach. Got a new coach on board. They went down 4-1 in the FA Trophy. Coal Chorley FC, they exited the FA Trophy as well, losing 2-0 to National League side Forest Green Rovers. We remember Forest Green Rovers because that's one of the teams that Dale Eve first played for when he was a little younger, playing in goal for them. Mazai Simmons and his Hucknall Town teammates, they picked up a 3-1 win going into the weekend. And then we had 2 females in action, Jasmine Spence and her Newport Pegno Town teammates. They defeated Northampton Town women 3-0 in the second round of the Women's Regional Football League plate. And then Eva Frazzoni, as we know, the women's national team captain, she scored for AFC Sudbury women as they drew 1-1 in their league game. She scored a header. So many others games were, like we said at the top of the show, were called off due to conditions that were not favorable to play football, either waterlogged or frozen pitches. And it's just going to keep mounting up games for them as the schedule, they try to fit in the schedule. And some of these non-league teams, because of different scenarios, would end up playing 3 games in 7 days as the season continues. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll keep you up to date on what's going on with our locals. We keep an eye on what's happening with, obviously, Zico Lewis, because time to be running, close to getting back for preseason training. Whether or not he'll be back for Union of Omaha. Obviously, Connor Smith has started to finalize his squad for the next season. One thing when these seasons end, they really ramp right back up, because you have to pick your players that you want to keep, and then talk about players that you want to bring in. They have open trials coming up soon in Rhode Island and in Omaha. So, those are things to look forward to. And then we have, obviously, Leilani Nisbet will be back with in Chicago. That team has got a new name. They will be coming out with a new name next season. And then we have Nia Christopher. We were hoping to have Nia this evening, but she was unavailable to join us. She'll be heading back to Fort Lauderdale. The second half of their season gets underway first week in February. So they should be back in action then as well. So there's a lot of football for our overseas.
When does her season end?
I believe April or May.
I asked that question because we have some women's friendlies in April.
Yeah,
on the 1st to the 8th, and we also have our men's Gold Cup plenaries on March 21st.
Right,
and we're probably looking at towards the end of some of these guys' seasons.
And
with us, it's all about the availability of, can we get have the players that we want at those times.
Right.
But are they really? It's gonna be hard if they're if they're playing a major role in that team.
And promotion battles or whatever. If it's crunch time, It's working those, negotiating those things. And well, the other thing that we have to keep an eye on as well is Niki's out of contract.
Well, that too, right? So
yeah, that's something that that Bristol City is looking into now. Obviously, he would want to play another couple of years. Where he may end up, who knows? I mean, he keeps bringing back that the flash of brilliance for Bermuda when he's available for us, and we always want to see players, especially our battle players, play forever. But we have to look out for his career and his life. So we'll just keep up to date with what's going on. And I want to mention, of course, David Bascom's on a run with the Baltimore Blast. They've won their 5th game convincingly the other night. And the second half of the season for Sean Goda, who's the interim head coach for Aston Villa's women. They start up on this weekend coming up. They start the second half of their season. Mia Fischel is close to regaining her place with Chelsea. Remember, it was February last year that she tore her ACL, but she's been back now training. It's slow progress. She probably won't play until February at some point, but she'll be she's itching to get back on the field. So it's just a matter of building up that strength again and again getting match fit to be able to play. So, we'll bring everybody up to date with what's going on with all our overseas players week in and week out right here on this particular show.
Earl, before we wrap up, you're 1 month away. Okay, now you're supposed to do some handwork, but we're a month away. A month away from the men's under 17s.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a month away. Yeah. So we have time.
I can't tell. I'll keep on you with this one here.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. And actually, the schedule is out for those games.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Give me a sec, and I'll be able to tell you when they release the schedule. So Bermuda play the opening night. Let me just see. BFA rescheduled dates for Premier Clash. Okay. All right. So for the under 21 tournament, under 17 tournament on February 9th.
And what is this tournament?
CONCACAF under 17 qualifiers.
Right. CONCACAF. Yeah.
So on Sunday, February 9th, Bermuda play Angola at 8 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, it's Curacao versus Turks and Caicos at 3 p.m. And Canada then play Angola at 8. And then on Thursday, February 13th, Curacao and Canada play at 3. Turks and Caicos and Bermuda play at 8. Sunday, February 16th, Angola and Curacao play at 3. Canada and Bermuda play at 8.
Ooh.
But and then the following week we will host Rhode Island and Crown Legacy. They will be here for friendlies, February 22nd, 25th, and 28th. And then in March we have the FIFA International window where March 17th and through the 25th we will play Honduras in between those dates, both home and away. Well, away first and then home in Bermuda. So it's a busy international window coming up. And in the meantime, the women will be off to play. I believe the under 20 women will be off to play at the end of this month.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
See that.
We may
Just remind everybody too that all those games you did mention about the under 17s, all those matches would be at the National Sports Center.
Yes. There and the friendlies will be at the National Sports Center.
And the friendlies will be at the National Sports Center.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing that we, and I think we spoke about it. I just want to mention the shout out to the fans and everybody who came out for the Friendship and Shield Finals up at Somerset Cricket Club.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that many people to a game in years. And I say years. When I heard the final count on the door, over 1,800 people up to the day.
Right.
It was such a good feeling up there, and I just hope we can definitely duplicate and even exceed that when it comes to our national teams.
Yeah. It's something to look forward to.
Yes, and it's something that, like I said, hopefully we can get them out and support our young people. We know exactly who's playing. We've got to see a few of them that they came back for Christmas.
Yeah,
and we're seeing what they've been able to do. Obviously, Sequoia had a few in his team the other day.
Yes, they won the under 18 tournament.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure a couple of those guys, little youngsters, will be in the squad somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying that, it's something to look forward to. So let's see if we can get some information on these guys in the next couple of weeks, and let's get it on.
We'll try and get. Well, first of all, we'll try and get the under 17 or under 20 women's coaching or players. Few players on next week, and then we'll go to the under 17 boys. How's that?
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
that's why we do what we do.
Yes, indeed. Have a good night. Thank you very much for joining. We'll be back next week with another edition of the English Premier League and Bermuda Overseas Players Show live here on islandstats.com. Enjoy your night.